Beneath the dusty plains of southeastern Turkey lies a site so shocking it threatens to shatter everything we thought we knew about the dawn of civilization. While the world's spotlight fixated on Göbekli Tepe, the so-called first temple of mankind, archaeologists stumbled upon something even older and infinitely more disturbing. Welcome to Karahan Tepe, a 12,000-year-old temple complex steeped in blood rituals, mind-bending acoustics, and engineering so advanced it makes the Roman Empire look like amateurs. This isn't just a new chapter in human history, it's the missing prologue, a prologue drenched in mystery, buried in secrecy, and maybe, just maybe, not entirely human. But if this site is so important, why is the world ignoring it? Why are discoveries sealed under government orders? And who or what was really worshipped here? Let's dig into the terrifying truth that Karahan Tepe was never meant to reveal. Göbekli Tepe rocked the archaeological world when it was unearthed in the 1990s. Its megalithic pillars, carved over 11,000 years ago, shattered the idea that farming came first. Instead, it suggested that faith, or perhaps fear, laid the foundation of civilization. But what if Göbekli Tepe was only the beginning? Just 25 miles to the east, Karahan Tepe stretches across 200 acres, larger, older, and arguably more mystifying than its better-known counterpart. As part of Turkey's Taş Tepeler initiative, this newly emerging site tells a deeper, darker story, one that challenges the core of what we thought we knew. If Göbekli Tepe raised questions, Karahan Tepe raises alarms. In 2023, archaeologists uncovered startling features. Circular arrangements of human remains, stone channels with unknown ceremonial purpose, and sculptures depicting scenes that hint at intense spiritual or ritual activity. This wasn't a place of simple worship. It may have been a site of transformation, spiritual, societal, or something else entirely. And incredibly, it could date back even further than Göbekli Tepe. The deeper we look, the more unsettling the truth becomes. What if humanity didn't rise from chaos to order, but emerged with rituals and mysteries as old as time itself? The mysteries don't stop at bones. Beneath Karahan Tepe lies a vast subterranean network, an ancient maze of chambers, enclosures, and ritual spaces. At its heart stand 11 towering stone pillars arranged in a circular formation. Some researchers suggest they were linked to fertility ceremonies. But the reality might be far more enigmatic. Human skulls, some with unusual, deliberate markings, were discovered arranged in symbolic patterns. Analysis indicates these were not remains of war, but part of structured ceremonial activity. Some show signs of elaborate post-mortem treatment, possibly tied to beliefs about the afterlife or the cosmos. Remarkably, DNA analysis reveals that the individuals came from distant regions, hundreds of miles away. This wasn't just a local gathering, it may have been a far-reaching spiritual convergence. And then there was the statue, a 14-foot megalithic carving of a woman mid-childbirth, surrounded by serpent-like figures, her expression frozen in intense focus. Dated to over 12,500 years ago, it may be the oldest known artistic depiction of childbirth. But questions remain. What role did the serpent forms play? Why were animal-human hybrids carved beside her? Researchers also found traces of natural substances, possibly psychoactive, around the statue's base. Some interpret this as evidence of trance states, spiritual rites, or healing rituals. While fringe theories point to genetic experiments, mainstream scholars see deep symbolism in birth, nature, and transformation. Yet the presence of unique genetic markers in nearby remains still puzzles scientists. Were our ancestors simply seeking meaning, or unlocking forces we still don't understand? Let's address the big question. How did hunter-gatherers 12,000 years ago build something so massive, so precise, using only primitive tools? At Karahan Tepe, the builders carved intricate water channels into solid limestone, directing rainfall into underground cisterns. These weren't just practical reservoirs. They appear to have held ceremonial significance. Scientific analysis of the sediment revealed unusual contents, fragments of teeth, animal remains, and traces of an unknown metallic element not yet fully identified. What's even more puzzling, the tool marks on these channels don't align with flint tools typical of the era. Instead, they resemble marks made by rotary instruments. Similar tool signatures have appeared at sites thousands of miles apart, from Pumapunku in Bolivia to Göbekli Tepe in Turkey and even Easter Island. Is it all coincidence, or were these ancient civilizations tapping into a shared understanding of engineering, one that's been lost to time? Karahan Tepe wasn't just built for the eyes, it was engineered for the ears. Acoustic researchers discovered the site resonates at 111 Hz, a frequency known to induce trance states, hallucinations, and even psychic phenomena. Ancient carvings show figures with elongated ears clutching their heads in agony or ecstasy. Modern tests confirm play 111 Hz in these chambers, and carvings appear to shift and shimmer. The space becomes alive, reactive, intelligent. But here's where it gets chilling. The US government used 111 Hz in MK Ultra experiments. The CIA used it in sensory deprivation protocols. What if Karahan Tepe's priests didn't just use sound for ceremony, but for control? Skulls recovered from the acoustic chambers show internal ear trauma, suggesting prolonged exposure. These people weren't listening to gods, they were being programmed. Despite its earth-shattering implications, Karahan Tepe remains locked in academic limbo. NDAs, redacted excavation reports, and restricted access plague the site. In 2021, a sealed chamber was uncovered beneath the central plaza. Witnesses claim metallic tablets and a 9-foot-long stone sarcophagus were found. The lead archaeologist resigned within days, citing ethical concerns. Why the sudden silence? And why was the Turkish military deployed to guard the site? Whistleblowers describe inscriptions that don't match any known language, except for a single symbol found on NASA's Pioneer plaque. This isn't archaeology, it's containment. Karahan Tepe isn't an outlier, it's a hub. T-shaped pillars align with sites across the globe, Markowasi in Peru, Asuka Nara in Japan, and the Baltic's stone ships. All share the same star alignment, pointing directly to the Pleiades cluster. One carving at Karahan Tepe depicts a humanoid figure with elongated skull, almond-shaped eyes, and 6 fingers. Identical figures appear in the Nazca mummies of Peru, Sumerian tablets, and Dogon tribal lore. Even more shocking, radioactive isotopes were found embedded in the carving's grooves. Was this depiction symbolic or photographic? Karahan Tepe forces us to rethink everything. History isn't a straight line, it's a cycle, and 12,000 years ago that cycle may have hit its peak. Then, it collapsed. What if the fall of that ancient civilization wasn't due to natural disaster, but a decision? To erase everything. To start over. They mastered sound, they manipulated genetics, they charted the stars, and then they vanished. Why? What were they running from? Or what were they trying to warn us about? Locked beneath Istanbul's Archaeology Museum sits a relic marked KTH09, a tablet pulled from Karahan Tepe's sealed chamber. Its symbols match 3 others, the Voynich manuscript, Easter Island's Rongorongo, and NASA's Pioneer plaque. The decoded message? Beware those who return from the stars. This isn't just a story from our past, it's a prophecy, and the countdown started 12,000 years ago. Karahan Tepe isn't a ruin. It's a message carved in stone, screaming across millennia. The only question is, will we listen before it's too late? Smash that like button, subscribe for the next deep dive, and share this video if you're ready to challenge everything we thought we knew about human history, because Karahan Tepe is just the beginning.